Africa urges for homegrown climate solutions as pillar of a just energy transition. Good evening and welcome to Himma News at 5. I am known by Agabus Eridan. The executive chairman of Niger Food Security System and Logistics Company Limited, a Niger State Government Agricultural Development Agency, Sami Adigun, has called on traditional and community leaders in the state to play active roles in sensitizing their people on the vision and opportunities of the Niger State Foods Initiatives. Specifically, Adigun urged farmers in the state to expand and mechanize their farms for them to record huge profits from farming. Adigun, during an interface with district and village heads of communities in the Akare district of Ushishi local government area in his office on Thursday, emphasized the need for collective support in mobilizing farmers and providing access to arable land for agricultural development in the area and the state. He assured the delegation that the company is committed to equipping farmers with modern tools, skills and resources to boost food production in the state, thereby creating wealth for people in rural areas. In his remarks, the district head of Akare, Ibrahim Babangida, pledged his community's full cooperation to the Niger Foods initiatives aimed at strengthening rural farming and boosting the role of Niger State as a food hub. Babangida praised the vision of Niger Foods, particularly its emphasis on equipping farmers with modern tools, quality inputs, and marketing opportunities, adding that his subjects are eager to participate in programs that promise to improve food security and create wealth. The All Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, has revealed why farmers cannot produce and sell at lower prices, saying that the battle with food insecurity will not be won by road transport committees alone. The president of AFAN, Kabir Ibrahim, stated this on Thursday while responding to questions in an interview in a live television program. Speaking on food inflation, Ibrahim insisted that multiple factors ranging from unaffordable inputs and insecurity to poor regional planning must be addressed urgently. The AFAN boss warned of farmers' reluctance to return to their fields, particularly rice and maize producers. He urged authorities to provide security for farmers, subsidize inputs, and explore innovative measures to ease the movement of produce, suggesting dedicated vehicles for food. The National Association of Rubber Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, NAPMAN, says Nigeria is targeting to contribute at least 12% of global rubber production. The national president of NAPMAN, Peter Idowu, said this on Thursday in Abakaliki during the inauguration of the pioneer state executive members of the association. He said that the association was committed to reviving the rubber sector and repositioning it as a key driver of agricultural and industrial development. The Ebonyi chapter, according to him, is the 18th to be inaugurated since the association's formation in 2019, with plans to establish 24 state chapters nationwide. Idowu said that NAPMAN was determined to restore rubber's pride of place among Nigeria's export crops, contribute to natural resource management, and alleviate poverty through sustainable production. He urged the Ebonyi government to collaborate with the association to produce a comprehensive rubber development policy with a focus on outgrower schemes, off-takers, processing and marketing. In his remarks, Jonathan Udu, chairman, Ebonyi chapter of the association, described the inauguration as a milestone in diversifying agriculture and reviving rubber production in the state. The Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Maiha, has advocated for the adoption of grazing reserves to boost the sector, noting that pastoralism as a system of livestock rearing is no longer sustainable in Nigeria due to the threats of climate change and the intense competition for natural resources amidst the increasing national herd. The minister announced this during the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Rural Electrification Agency for the supply of electricity to the proposed Renewed Hope Livestock Village project of the federal government on Thursday in Abuja. According to Maya, The Renewed Hope Livestock Village is an initiative that provides a cluster of livestock amenities and infrastructure, including grazing reserves, pasture farms, solar power for stable power supply, veterinary hospitals, markets, schools for children of pastoralists, and healthcare services, among others. The MOU seeks to implement solar-powered grids in rehabilitated grazing reserves, which will not only provide electricity, but also support education and healthcare in these areas. The partnership is also expected to stimulate economic opportunities by creating jobs in the installation and maintenance of solar systems, thereby enhancing local economies. Out of the 417 grazing reserves in Nigeria, 4 have been identified for the pilot project of the Renewed Hope Livestock Village. They include Wawazengi in Gombe State, Wasi in Plateau State, Gongoshin in Adamawa State, and Kau Grazing Reserves in Bwari, Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. Please stay tuned for more stories. Thank you for staying with us. The federal government has trained 20 extension agents on smallholder horticulture empowerment and promotion SHEP project in Oyo State, who would in turn assist farmers to get maximum income for their labor. Reports revealed that SHEP project is a market-oriented agriculture concept introduced to smallholder horticulture farmers in Nigeria in 2017 by the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA. The aim of the project is to equip farmers to be acquainted with current market trends through regular survey before embarking on production and changing their mindset from grow and sell to grow to sell. This is to transform them from indigent farmers to agripreneur to enhance their income and improve their livelihood. Speaking at the event on Friday in Ibadan, the Director, Federal Department of Agricultural Extension Service, Olawumi Ayodele, said that 20 extension agents and lead farmers were selected for the training. He said that the extension agents from the Oyo State Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security Office in the state were expected to impart the knowledge acquired to farmers in the state. The director, represented by Chief Agriculture Officer, FDAES, Wale Kaede, said that the training had been conducted in 18 states since inception, while 237 extension agents had been trained. African climate negotiators and civil society organizations at the Second Africa Climate Summit, ACS2, have called on governments to include sustainable farming approaches and other Africa-led solutions in their revised nationally determined contributions, NDC, and national adaptation plans, NAP, ahead of COP30, as the only way to have their priorities on the global climate negotiation agenda. NDCs are climate action plans submitted to the UNFCCC by individual countries under the Paris Agreement, outlining their efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to climate change, while NAPs outline how countries will adapt to climate change in the medium and long term. The lead of Ghana's delegation at the UNFCCC climate negotiation conferences and the incoming chair for the Africa Group of Negotiators, Antwi Bayosiako Amoa, said most of the issues discussed in the negotiation rooms carry political inclinations and economic implications. Amoa said if nations fail to prioritize sustainable farming practices and other innovations through the NDCs and NAPs, the developed nations will happily keep the status quo because Africa remains an important market for their farm inputs, particularly fertilizers, pesticides, and fossil fuel-powered machinery, among other items. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed backed this call, saying that Africa must lead in championing its solutions. According to Ann Miner of the Biodiversity and Biosafety Association, such solutions include advancing food sovereignty by rejecting exploitative industrial animal agriculture, rejecting high use of synthetic fertilizers, rejecting the grabbing of Africa's resources in the name of greening projects, and rejecting carbon markets that come at the expense of communities while opening up polluting opportunities, especially for the global north. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. Niger State government tasks farmers to expand and mechanize farming. The National Association of Rubber Producers says Nigeria aims to supply 12% of global rubber. And lastly, Africa urges for homegrown climate solutions as pillar of a just energy transition. On behalf of the Himma News and Current Affairs Department, I am known by Agabus Eridan. Thank you for listening.